Hi, this is Ron Gannett from Community Church here in Saddlebrook, Arizona, and we are preparing this weekend to celebrate with many other congregations Mother's Day. Mother's Day is unique. Today we live in a world that's changed. There are unique types of families, blended families, traditional families, and you can't describe your home because every home has a unique path that it has followed. You know, I come from a home where my mother celebrated us and treated us as kids like royalty. I talk to other people who look back and they don't share those same memories. And you wonder, how can we honor each other? How can we have a focus on Mother's Day that is common to us all? You know, I think of the words of Jesus, where in Mark chapter 10, verse 45, he said, "For even the Son of Man did not come to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many." One of the things that I can do as a mother or a father or as a kid is to get past some of the junk in my life or the junk that has happened in relationships and families, and to take a position that I'm going to serve God by serving other people in spite of all those things. Hey, remember that bumper sticker that you used to see on cars that said, "Christians aren't perfect, they're just forgiven"? Well, you know, we as parents, moms, dads, and even kids, we're not perfect, but we are forgiven by God's grace, and we need to take that attitude of grace and share it with those around us. You know, this is Mother's Day, and I would be remiss not to recall my dear mother. I can remember we as kids were traveling with my father, who did a lot of speaking at conferences in the summer, and we were at a church on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, and we arrived too late. Dad had to rush in and speak, and we were sitting outside on a bench in the front of a yard talking, and we could hear our dad in the service, and yet we couldn't participate in the service, and started talking to our mom, and we asked about Dad and different memories and how they met. And for an hour, while my dad was preaching on the inside, my mother was sharing and celebrating him to us on the outside. I will never forget the stance of love and service that she gave to him. She gave to us, and she gave to other people. My friends, Mother's Day is coming. Instead of focusing on the past or dysfunction or attitudes, push all that stuff aside and say, "God, how can you raise me up as an example of your grace in this generation?" I love the woman of Proverbs 31 that really is an illustration of wisdom from the book of Proverbs. And it says that when she does all these things, when she walks with wisdom, her husband stands and blesses her. So does her children. In fact, they bless her with these words, "There are many fine women in the world, but to me, you are the best of them all." This is our day. This is our chance to stand tall and let people know that they're loved by us. You know, one last memory I have of my mother, she had flaming red hair. And when my dad would stand up at a conference and speak, he would first introduce my mother, who'd be sitting in the audience, and say, "I want you to make sure you recognize my dear, lovely, red-headed wife, Georgetta, who is sitting back here." And Mom said hundreds of heads would turn and look past her, trying to find this lovely, red-headed woman. But you know, we would all chuckle as kids as we looked at my mother. On the outside, we would laugh with her, but on the inside, we adored the person that she was. My friends, let's serve our families as Jesus did, and then watch them adore us as we adore the Lord.